video I'm going to talk about the characteristics of Phylum Arthropoda. Name Arthropoda is derived from the two terms, that is arthros and podos. Arthros means joint, podos means foot. So these are the organisms having jointed foot, or they are joint footed animals. The Phylum Arthropoda is the largest phylum among the kingdom Animalia. Then where these organisms are present? These organisms present almost everywhere. Most of the species are present in the terrestrial habitat, in that a few organisms are arboreal forms. Arboreal means present in the air, and many species are even present in the aquatic medium, both freshwater as well as marine water. And few species live as a parasite on both plant as well as animal. These organisms are bilaterally symmetrical animal, or they shows bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry means the body of the organism can be divided into left and right half in a single plane passing through the center. That's why they shows bilateral symmetry. They are triploblastic animal. Tri means three. So body of these organisms consisting of three germ layer, that is ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. That's why they are triploblastic animal. They are coelomates. Coelom means body cavity. So these organisms have body cavity or coelom between the gut and the outer epidermis, and this coelom is lined by mesoderm. So true coelom is present in this organism. That's why they are coelomates. In the case of arthropod, this coelom is reduced in size and it is filled with the blood. That's why coelom in the case of arthropod is called as haemocoel, because it is filled with the blood. They have organ system level of organization, means few organs work together to form a single system which perform particular function, like digestive system, circulatory system, excretory system, etc. So there is a clear-cut division of labor or work in these organisms. So that's why they shows organ system level of organization. Similar to that of annelid, even in the case of arthropod, they have segments or metamer, or they shows a segmentation or a metamerism. But in the case of arthropod, segments or metamer can be seen only externally, or from the outside you can see the clear segments or the metamer. But internally or inside the body, the segmentation is absent. But in the case of annelids, segmentation is present from externally as well as internally. So you can see transverse septa in the case of annelid. But in the case of arthropod, this transverse septa is not there, or internal segmentation is absent in the case of arthropod. Anyhow, even arthropods are segmented animal, or they have segmentation, and each segment consisting of lateral appendages. So pair of appendages is present in each segment, and these appendages mainly helps in locomotion or movement. Anyhow, some of the appendages are modified for holding the food. Some of them are helps in respiration and injecting the poisons, etc. They have exoskeleton, or body of this organism is covered by an exoskeleton made up of substance called as chitin, or they have chitinous exoskeleton, and this exoskeleton will not grow as the animal grow. That's why there is a periodic shed or removal of this chitinous exoskeleton in the case of arthropod, and the process of removal or shedding of this exoskeleton is called as ecdysis or molting. So ecdysis or molting is an important character of Phylum Arthropoda. The body of this organism is divided into mainly three parts, that is head, thorax and the abdomen region. So they have well developed head in the case of arthropod, or they shows high degree of cephalization. What do you mean by cephalization? It's a process of differentiation of the anterior part of the body into head, where sensory organs and nervous tissues are concentrated. So they have high degree of cephalization, or well developed head in the case of arthropod, which is an important character of arthropod. If we talk about the different system in the case of arthropod, first one is digestive system. Digestive system is complete in the case of arthropod. Complete means it has both mouth and anus, and it has a well developed mouth part. The appendages which is present in the head region is modified into different types of mouth part, depends on the species, and it is adapted for different methods of feeding. So that is about the digestive system. Next is respiratory system. There are different kinds of organ that is used for the respiration, depends on the species. Like in the case of aquatic arthropod, they use gills. In the case of terrestrial arthropod, they use tracheal system. So different organ that is used for the respiration includes gills, book lungs, tracheal system, etc. If we talk about the excretory system, the organ that helps in the excretion is malphizian tubules or green glands. Next is about the circulatory system. Circulatory system in the case of arthropod is open type. Open type means blood will not always flows within the closed system like vessels. But in the case of arthropod, blood enter the sinuses or the body cavity, or it will bathe the tissue. So that is the meaning of open type of circulatory system. So blood in the case of arthropod have a pigment called as haemocoel. So that is about the circulatory system. If we talk about the nervous system, the arthropods have dorsal brain which are connected to the double ventral nerve cord, and they have a sensory organs like antennae, eyes which may be simple or compound, and the organ for equilibrium known as statocyst. If we talk about the reproduction, sexual reproduction takes place in the case of arthropods, or arthropods always reproduce by sexual method, and they are dioecious. Dioecious means sexes are separate, and the fertilization is internal. Development is direct in some species and indirect in some other species. If we talk about the examples of phylum arthropod, Culex, Anopheles and Aedes are the examples of mosquitoes. Limulus, which is commonly called as king crab, Locusta, which is commonly called as locust, is examples of pest. So that is about the characteristics of phylum arthropod. I hope this video is useful. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.